Hello and welcome to my video today. So I'm just going to have a little look at the other ways that I do some panel lining. So for this I'm going to be using the Pigma Micron 005. So that's a 0.2mm nib on this one. So it's quite nice for fine lines. So there we go. So just take this off, you won't really be able to see the actual nib on it, but you might just be able to. It's quite a very fine tip, so it's quite good for detailing. It's the ink is quite slow drying, I find, especially against plastic, so you can just clean up with your finger or a cloth or anything like that. So that's what I mainly use for that. And then over the top I will normally use a flat coat or any sort of a top coat, and it doesn't interfere with the ink at all. Okay, so let's get started. And I'll be starting on the shoulder for the Real Grade Gundam Strike. Okay, see, it looks a little bit scrappy like that, but you can just clean it off a bit. So it looks a bit messy to start with, but it does clean off quite easily with the finger, or you can use a cloth or anything else like that. So then you can just reapply the lines. And there you have it. One section has been done and panel lined. The ink is quite nice and dark. You can just clean it up by rubbing off some of the sections, and you can actually use that just to lighten the tone of the black as well. So there's that one. I have already done one of the shoulders already with a little bit of clean up. Like that. Then it's just the top section on here to do. So there you have one section done. I would always say, especially when you're using this, if you want, just give it a little bit of time just for it to dry before you go ahead and do any top coating, just to make it a bit easier. You don't want to risk any of the, when it's still a bit wet, with any of the the gloss finish or matte finish, whichever you decide. I did the shield earlier just to see how well it would actually work with this kit, and so as you can see, this is all using the Pigma Micron, so it does bring out the details very nicely. And then the back of it there, all those details. Okay, so now I'm going to start working on one of the larger sections, so on the leg, and so you can see a little bit more of the details popping out a little bit quickly on this one. You'll see that comes out quite quickly, you can really see the difference. And as it's quite a nice dark ink, it contrasts really well. You can get different colours in these pens as well. I just tend to use black mostly, but I'm looking to pick up a few more for picking up other details and just to differentiate when I'm doing on different colours. See, sometimes it's quite easy to make a mistake, so you can just give that a slight rub with your finger or a cloth, whatever you have at hand. I'm just a bit lazy, so for this, you can see it just all clear, cleans it up then. It's already picked up a fair bit of detail and makes it stand out a lot more. I'll grab one of the other legs which I haven't worked on yet. You can really see the difference on there, even with the smaller sections. Okay, and there you have it. There's some basic panel lining using these Pigma pens. I really enjoy using them. They're great. They last for quite a while. I've had previous set of a previous box for about 6-7 years, and I've only just started to run out now, and I've been using them for all sorts, for Gunpla, other models, for general art, sketching, drawing, and they just last for quite a while. I'd be a bit careful with the nibs because you don't want to bend them or just to fray them at all. So if you're doing any finer details where the nib won't fit into, don't force it and just run it slowly against at an angle, and that should do it for you. Other than that, there's no problems with them. The ink's really nice and vibrant, as you can see. You can get them in other colours as well, so if you want to use different colours against different other colours, you can go ahead and do that. And there you have it. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll be back with a new review next week, and just going to decide on what I'm going to look at next. Thanks very much, and see you next time.